know it's only right, that's how we eat. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Games out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I like the confidence of having played the back here and no panic in his eyes. He's after a ride. Tracked it from the middle to let the quarterback's hand. Not just where he needed to be to knock it away.
But certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. He got 29 yards that time.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more on that one, and another another first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. So he had a nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Swift to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something I have to be wary of as this game continues.
Off play action. Dawson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now he's going to let it go deep left side. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
The coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. This is Swift on the counter. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. To Swift again on second down. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they're on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Tackled on the play by Tariq Castro-Fields. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, here's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folding like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that officially a loss of 1? Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they? They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down. And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving? Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. Down inside the 10. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Dobbs with career touchdown number 60 as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Dawson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. And while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Touchdown, Packers! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And the lead is up to 18 now. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Packers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And the route is on here in this first half. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, a great field position. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. The quick slant caught. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Second down and goal. Rodgers to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Shot before half for Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Bradley Pinion set to kickoff.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And connecting here with DJ Shark. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things. And they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 15. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has
has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying to...
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Hey, take 26!
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And that one going nowhere from the start, as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Here's Bradley Pena now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
On 3rd down, Dawson. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. They'll look to throw again. And now here's another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Lions are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, a decent little gain. Puts him in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tariq Carpenter. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
On the move. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. He could. There on 3rd down, the pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And inside give to Jones. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
He's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
A give to Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Extra point try now for Santoso.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things through this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Dawson. And my goodness, another interception.
With this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Out of the shotgun is Jones.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Rodgers throwing here. That's going to be caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Extra point up and good from Santoso.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.